Okay, so here at Acceleration Enterprises, all of the team members are, I'm trying to get all of the team members to operate under a certain philosophy of having a deep understanding of our clients. You need to have a deep understanding of the client so that you can do a good job for them and ultimately care about them. I need you to care about their performance, that they get good results and that they are successful so we keep them as a client and have a great relationship with them. So part of what that means as a media buyer is when you take over an account as a media buyer, you need to have be very clear on some key points. You need to know the client budget, like how much money are we spending for them generally speaking, so we're within their budget on advertising. Have we been authorized to publish rapid testing? When a client authorizes us to publish rapid testing, they have effectively given us the go ahead to publish without their approval on everything because we're doing small rapid tests on their ads to see what works. And then we move winners from rapid testing into ABO testing. So usually when they're approved for rapid testing, they've also approved us basically to just then optimize ads by moving winners into conversion campaigns. We don't need authorization for that, right? It's implied that we just need to do a good job and optimize. So we try not to approve. We try to do our job without approving everything with the client if possible. But there are special circumstances where clients request that they approve everything that gets published because of their industry or because of their own policies or whatever. Generally, we don't. We try not to work with clients like that actually, but you do need to understand that you need to watch discovery calls for clients. Okay. This is really important, whether you watch them at like 1 or 2x speed, if it's like you can understand what they're saying. But you have to see what the client looks like. You have to hear what they say in their own words and understand what they want. That's why watching an initial discovery call is so important. You also need to scan the client's website. Looking at a client's website for 2 to 5 minutes makes a big difference in having a deep understanding of them. And so now I'm going to give you an example of all of these things. When you see a new client that you've been assigned, like here's a client folder, for example, you'll see there is sometimes like onboarding tasks we're completing or operations tasks, which you're probably mostly doing as a media buyer. You'll see you have your media buying tasks in here under media buying workflows. Then under the general client profile, is we're going to see a lot of the core information for our client. Okay. So you've got links to their master Google Drive. Here's their actual website. This makes it really easy for you. And it says here, yes, they have authorized us to publish rapid tests for them. So now you can take media from the Google Drive folder and liberally publish. And I need you to publish twice a week. We publish rapid tests twice a week for our clients on an ongoing basis as part of our scope of work. Then we move winners from rapid testing into conversion campaigns for optimization to get leads. What's the primary goal? So you'll want to read that. Basically, you want to read this whole profile. They want leads through meta ads, obviously, generation. That's not specific enough, I would say, even like what is it for? These people actually advertise at a national level. So they don't have like a geo-targeted service area. They're advertising at a national level, and they mean that by the United States. So they help businesses in the U.S. to scale IT and software engineering teams quickly and efficiently. They're called parallel staff. Okay, there's some other information here. So here's the link to their Google Drive folder. We can open this. And if you want to watch their video, you go to their swipe folder. Okay, and you'll see there's a meeting recordings folder here. You want the oldest one. This is the oldest one here, 9/2/25, right? That's about 6 days ago. You can open this and you'll see very quickly, here is the discovery call. You can actually open it and watch it right here. Now, this is about a 36-minute call, so that could take some time. You can change the speed over here if you want to watch it faster. It'd be like 1.25 or like maybe 1.5 times speed. Generally, you're going to see that our discovery calls have a section in the beginning where I usually say hello to them or one of our team members says hello to them. And then we ask a series of open-ended, deep questions that you need to listen to the client's answer on, where the client will talk about their business. They will talk about what they do, all of those things. Their funnel even. This guy's got a funnel he's been working on, which is great. Then what happens is usually, if it's the initial discovery call, we transition to a sales presentation. when you see this sales presentation, you can skip over it, okay? Because I'm basically doing the same presentation every time. You will save about 20 minutes here or something, right? So you get towards about the end where you can actually see that the client is talking, and then you can play it again and listen to what he says and how we wrap up the call, because there may be some ending questions, feedback, things like that. But generally speaking, where you see this presentation, my sales presentation with a slide deck, skip that. Okay, and you're going to save about 20 minutes there. So really, reviewing the discovery call should take you anywhere from like 10 to 20 minutes a lot of times. If you're hearing that initial discovery and then you're skipping that slide deck, okay? So you want to understand the client budget too, which is going to be in here, which is a minimum of $50 a day for all of our clients. Okay, it looks like there was a meeting here. It's been updated with the CSR. It's actually $200 per day is their budget. So now we know, okay? There needs to be publishing authorizations for rapid testing. We know that we got authorization for that. We watched the discovery call. Now we need to scan the client website. So I'm going to come over here and click on the client website, and boom, here we go. Looks like they're specialized, high performance. So they're sourcing people from South America, remote developers backed by a lifetime fit guarantee. Okay. They've got a great guarantee. Meet your engineers. I like to check that they're pixeled too. Like I'll do a quick check here. And we'd have to verify with the CSR when you go to run ads, you tag them and say, which pixel should I tie the ads to? Because you need to put pixel tracking on your ads. Okay. Not that it's because you're always running traffic to the site, but because like you want to make sure that data is sent back from the site to the ad account on like who is visiting their site so we can retarget them. In advantage detailed targeting on leads, it'll retarget people that happen to visit the website if it's pixeled properly and you select the proper pixel at the ad level, okay? Sometimes on their website, you click the About button and you can go to their About page and get an even better overview. You can see there's their CEO, VP of Operations, Director of IT. These guys are a very well-established business, it looks like. They have project manager, configuration manager, account manager. Very awesome company. Okay, this should be a great client for us, basically. So you should understand what they do, what the goal is. The goal is they want to source more customers for what they do, right? Hire the right engineer in 10 days guaranteed. So they're helping people hire engineers, back-end developers, LATAM engineers specifically. What if you don't understand something like that? Well, I would copy this. Because remember, you want a deep understanding of our clients. That's our philosophy here at Acceleration Enterprises. So please make sure you're paying attention to that. I would just Google, what is a LATAM engineer? It's a software technology professional from a country in Latin America. Okay, so they're sourcing people from Latin America specifically to work with them. Cool. Okay, so that's it for this training. These are the things you're going to do on every client account. You're going to go through understanding all of these things when you're assigned to one, whether we just onboarded them or in the case of where you're taking over the media buying for another media buyer, you have to go over this stuff every time. You have to understand all of this stuff every time in the general client profile, or else you can make big mistakes working on our client accounts that will get you fired from working with us. Okay? Other than that, when you do this the right way and you understand them, you create great results. It just opens up more opportunities for the client and for you working within our agency with our clients. All right, thank you.